back 10 years ago, before we moved from the MoveWare program, which we were the analysts, we wanted to build a program called Live Score. But Mark was trying to build it. It was going to cost $2.5–3 million. It's going to take like 12, 18 months. Well, this gets back to AI.
Right.
So
right.
Then when Mark's involved, when we tried to move to the FMS and it wasn't working properly, then we moved to the FMS. Now we're into consignment.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't good. They said they could do all these deliverables. It just wasn't delivering. I was spending that much money with Mark trying to get it sorted. Mm-hmm. He said, and then Mark, I best said to my one, he said, you know what? It's like we need to go back to the Live Score program we were talking about many years ago. He said, you're not right, I've been thinking the same thing. Mm. So he went away, worked out what it was going to cost to build it.
Welcome to CUB Spotlight. Today, I sat down with Elsya and her partner Rodney, who is also her business partner. They both work in logistics operations and have been deeply involved in a major project in Bali, while building systems that actually work in the real world. Today, we unpack their journey, the challenges of scaling operations, and what most people overlook when trying to build efficient processes. If you're building something and want unfiltered conversations with people who are in the trenches, this one is for you. Let's get into it. So, first episode of CUB Spotlight. How are we feeling?
Excited?
Yeah?
Nervous.
Yeah, of course, nervous. Absolutely.
It will be the first one.
Yeah, very first
for
one.
For us as well.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the first podcast for CUB, is it?
Well, for the series I've started, at
okay.
least, yeah. So for CUB Spotlight, so Daniel, the founder of CUB, he does it except up in Sydney. So he gets people to fly down, obviously, to be a part of it. Mm. So I wanted to have something for the people down here in Melbourne, because I feel like, well, if people down here are missing out, people up in Sydney are getting it. So I was like, I'd rather bring it down here as well. So yeah, I appreciate you being a part of it. I appreciate you obviously coming in as well. It's awesome. So tell me, obviously, just introduce yourself, both of you, and just explain, obviously, yeah, what you do business-wise.
Yeah, you want to start?
You can go.
So my name is Elsya Gule.
Yeah.
We started the business for a logistics company. So I started involved. Oh no, can I repeat?
Yeah, I'll start. So, I started Snipes Logistics 33 years ago. So I had Snipes Logistics for 33 years, and in the last few years, Elsya's come on board, helped more with the IT, the back end, and then push Elsya more into doing business. So that's when she created EFG Consulting. Mm-hmm. So Elsya's had this big business learning curve from being corporate to business. Mm. Plus we do a little bit of property development in Australia, not much, scale back, and now progressing more with property development in Bali.
Okay.
So we've got 3 sites in Bali.
Incredible. How's it been expanding over the 3 sites? Like from where you started to where you are now, how's that been, that journey?
In Bali?
Yes.
Yeah, good, exciting, challenging, completely different culture to Australia, just things are completely different. So the first site, we grew from just having the access land and then progressively bought land. And then we bought more access land and then they progressively grew. So that site in Cinnamon we call Dream Paradise Serenity. It's about 13 hectare site now. So we just kept on buying. And you buy sometimes you're dealing with one person, sometimes you're dealing with a family of 10, 20 people. And then when you buy multiple land, you can be dealing with 100 people.
Yeah, wow.
That's
incredible.
So you're basically taking over the land.
Well, yeah, we've paid them good money for it. And then they changed the law in Indonesia in January 2024.
Yeah.
So if you have a PTPMA, which is like a foreign investment company, the foreign investment company then can buy the land. Because everybody says you can't buy land in Indonesia. Well, you can, but you need a foreign investment company. It needs backing of $1 million. I think it was now like $2 million. You need backing, so that's the asset you've got to produce. So if you've got those assets and that backing, then you can buy the land under the foreign investment company.
Yeah.
So that land there, 80% is owned, or hak milik, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hak milik they call it.
It's a hak milik.
And then about 20% is leased.
Yeah.
Leased land.
Mm.
Okay.
So that land there, we've got permits for 54 room keys on stage 1 and stage 2.
Right.
So permit for a resort for 54 room keys. Stage 3 was going to be for, which is all the lease land, was going to be the retirees.
Mhm.
So it's a 30-year lease we've got on that land. We potentially looking, that's when we had all marked up for doing retirements.
Mhm.
Retirement actually got a lot more interest than everything else. So stage 4 was there to reserve for what we we're going to do down the track. So we might scale back on the 54 room keys, the permit,
Yep.
and go more for the retirees. So at that moment we're looking for JV partners or
Yeah,
something like that.
of course. How do you feel like having partners in business ventures, like how do you feel like that helps? Like whether it impacts you in a good way or a bad way? Like how do you find that helps you throughout your journey?
You really need to be, if you have business partners, you're really got to find somebody you click with
Yeah.
and get along with. At least trust.
Trust, yeah.
And that's the biggest thing first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Walk me through the trust part of it, like we briefly just touched on there. Like, is there something about trust that you find a lot of people don't know or don't think about versus what you hear about, like, you know, from everyone saying the same thing or like something different?
So we've got a very close. This is back in a logistic company here, and we've got a very close relationship with our previous GM.
Yeah.
And also the CFO now. It was back to GM 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah,
With
so
us?
Jeff was there 6 years, and then we discovered that he was starting to. It was just small, just the credit cards.
Yeah.
Just things weren't adding up, and then we said, look, we need receipts for any more than $50. So he was making payments, still stuff under $45. So, no, any more than $5.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went on holidays in June 2020. 24.
Yeah.
And then we discovered more. Stole over $1 million Qantas points, and then just more and more stuff. So, and then they discovered him and his son were working there. They both was stealing, or he was transferring stuff to his son, the Qantas points, whatever else. And then there's just more, discovered more stuff. So, dismissed them straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Had a meeting on the Monday morning, or Friday afternoon or Monday.
Yeah, after he coming back.
Yeah, come back.
from
Yeah, so I had a
holiday.
meeting with him. And basically one of the things he said to me, he goes, oh, you trusted me too much. You
Wow.
gave me too much trust.
Really?
That's been like basically
That burns deep.
Oh, of course.
the day
100%.
the day-to-day when he was with him, it was like, you know, like a I don't know, like a partner. Like every morning he will call him, things like that. So it's kind of like a mate already, not just like working colleagues.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of unbelievable the way that he's treated us.
Yeah, wow.
That way. So.
That would almost be like a literal punch in the face. For someone to say that, you obviously, I assumed you trusted him, like to begin with, and then for them to do that, and then just to say that was that after you discovered him doing what he did?
Yeah, so
he just
after
comes
he-
back and just says like he just, yeah.
Yeah, so we met him at a cafe to get the laptop off him and
Yeah.
all that stuff back off him. And I just said to him, why? Why'd you do it? Because you trusted me too much.
And that's like breaching your boundaries, I'd assume. Because it's like, again, you put trust in him, and then he basically just said to you, it's like, oh, you trusted me too much. It's just like, well, then I feel like from there, like, did that affect how you trusted other people, or was that for that just one individual?
It did. And then, just...
But you're saying to me last time, like, if we never believe a person, that we never be able to, you know, continue working.
Yeah, I basically said, if I can't trust people, is it detrimental to me or detrimental to them? I said, it's detrimental to me. I've got to be able to trust people. If you can't trust people, I'm going to hold on to that weight all my life, and it's just going to be, it's going to be detrimental to me. It's like when you hold a grudge on somebody. You know, when you hold a grudge on somebody, they're not one suffering. You're one suffering from you holding a grudge.
Yeah.
So it's the same as me. If I can't trust people, might as well not be in business.
Yeah.
Might as well not have customers, might have employees. It just, I think you just got to have in the back of your mind. You just got to be cautious, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to sometimes you just got to people enough rope they can hang themselves, but you got to be very cautious. I don't know. It has scarred, and it's not the
100%.
first time.
Yeah. Well, tell me, can you walk me through how you actually came back from that? Like from the meeting in the cafe to him saying that, like let's say 6 months after, like how did you come back from that situation?
That's when that's when I had to I was trying to build more transparency in the business with the analytics and reporting. The old software was the TMS system we were using wasn't that good. We tried to upgrade to another TMS system, the same supplier, but they said this is their better version. It wasn't no better, so we couldn't get the analytics properly. So previously I had analytics with an old program we run, TMS system. And that was working wonderful. I knew exactly to my figures, it sent every dollar, what was costing me for every job, what was costing me, every vehicle was costing me. It was great. The problem is they expanded worldwide, and what they were supplying to us, they couldn't supply to us anymore, so we had to move on. This is where Elsya comes involved. So Elsya, with a long time friend Mark James, or a colleague I've been working with, he does all our analytics. He's been a consultant for 12 years for us, I think, maybe more.
12.
Very smart guy, very intelligent. Back 10 years ago, before we moved from the MoveWare program, which we do the analytics, we wanted to build a program called LiveScore. But Mark was trying to build it. It was going to cost $2.5–3 million. It's going to take like 12, 18 months. Well, this gets back to AI.
Right.
So,
right.
Then when Mark's involved, when we tried to move to the FMS and it wasn't working properly, then we moved to the, FMS, now we're into Consignment.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't good. They said they could do all these deliverables. It just wasn't delivering. I was spending that much money with Mark trying to get it sorted. He said, and then Mark, I said to this one, he said, you know what? It's like we need to go back to the LiveScore program we were talking about many years ago. He said, you know what, I've been thinking the same thing. So he went away, worked out what it was going to cost to build it. That $2.5 million was going to cost 10 years ago. Using AI with Claude Code and a few others, $40,000 for his $40,000.
Yeah, wow.
And that was discounted, like heavily discounted, because it would have been probably say $100,000, but he'd done a lot of background work trying to get the others to work.
Okay.
So basically, call it $100,000. From 2.5 million down to $100,000 by using AI. Then we've got Ganja and the back end in Indonesia. They're doing their part as well.
Yeah.
So probably in the end, it's going to cost about $250,000. So
Yeah.
it's 1/10 of the cost.
Yeah, wow.
Did between over 10 years, been able to, and come to market within 3 months compared to 18 months.
That's incredible.
This is AI and how it's...
Yeah. So this is where because my background is IT, so I've been working as software quality assurance for 14 years.
Okay, yeah.
And now jumping into this industry, so trying to implement that thinking about doing the testing on how to kind of organize or make it more, I mean, in software you got the SDLC, like a software development life cycle, things like to make sure that it's implement properly in the logistic company. So that's where the Ganja is my previous colleagues from the previous company. Like he's really into AI and is even like it's come up with the solution, things like that with he called it his intern. And it's something like, you know, it just extended with, for example, Claude, just use the max 20 times license.
Yes.
It's like basically $200. It's like cheaper than hiring the software programmer. So it's something like...
That's 1 hour for programmer in Australia.
And that is why, handling the testing for that software. So Mark James is building the backend, the kernel. So we try to make that LiveScore alive with proper UI because we need to think also on the people in the company that probably not that tacky, that need to have a like visual, like even yourself, like you're visual kind of person.
Yes.
So yes, we can do the into the prompt Claude what you want, but it's best to have the UI to be able to non-techie people understand how to use the system.
It's totally like, I don't blame you obviously for using the AI stuff as your intern, because it's like that's had like both an incredible and unfortunate impact on every type of industry. Like every type of industry, like even things that you wouldn't even have heard of, right? And I feel like logistics, for like, let's say for example, do you use it for every, like AI, do you use it for every part of the business, or only certain parts that you would rather have it do versus find someone else to do it for you?
Eventually it'll do at least 70% of 80% of our work.
Yeah.
So basically, we're trying to mapping out because like not everything you need. Like yes, we want to use AI, but we want something like what kind of process that we want AI to replace. So we need to kind of like map out and everything. This is something manual repeating to do, and maybe that's can AI replace it. But it's something like okay, needs a obviously needs always a human interaction. So if we can map out that process that we think it's kind of be able to replace with the or making an AI agent to be able to more efficient.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of like data entry.
Yeah.
Because we got all the some of them is already using the AI. Like because for example, one of our customers have the list of orders with the handwriting still, so that it's kind of Mark James
It's not a small company. It's
a big one, yes.
Wow.
And that's still handwriting.
They just change it now with the new tools, but it's also pain. So that's using AI to translate, become like export, like import bulk.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that reading that handwriting to be able to make like a data.
But implementing AI is very similar to when you're trying to import something. So you use your process mapping. So this is how we get a customer, onboarding a customer. You know, your SOPs, your process mapping, the whole lot.
Yeah.
If your process mapping and your SOPs are documented, so you onboard a new employee here, it's not much different than onboarding AI. It's very similar. If you can't onboard a new customer or new employee, you can't onboard AI. You can't onboard an outsourcing. We've gone through this because Elsya does outsourcing. We've had Elsya's had a couple of customers that I know, and basically they think just getting an outsourcer or AI implemented will just fix all the problems. No. First off, you need to have your process mapped out, how you do things, have your SOPs in there. So if you haven't got that done, these other additionals having outsourcing or AI, it's not going to help you because you haven't mapped out how you're going to do something.
Yeah.
So get that done first.
Yeah, of course.
And then all the other things will follow easy.
Right.
That's just the basics. It's the same as onboarding a new employee that's face to face.
Yeah.
Outsource from Indonesia or the Philippines, or get an AI. You need to do these things. If you don't do these basic fundamental basics, that's your foundations.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's trying to build a building on quicksand.
Of course, absolutely. Well, that will come down to having systems at the end of the day, right? It's like you have a particular system from step 1 to step 5, and if you do 1 to 3 to 4 to 5, you're missing step 2, and it just wouldn't work.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So I want to close out with 2 questions, 2 very quick questions. I know you have a round table. First one being is how has AI impacted your guys' industry, like your business, in both the good and the bad ways, from your guys' perspective?
So for example, for the outsourcers, like offshore, we have the data entry team. So obviously, if we can replace that, it will not necessarily needed them anymore, things like that. But also, I encourage them like AI will not replace your job as long as you got that skill to, because AI needs somebody to
to train,
operate it. So if you need to have keep staying in this kind of job, you need to excel your skills to be able to how to use the AI so that you can compete. So you will not get replaced by AI, but you need to replace by someone that know how to use AI.
Yeah.
So that is something like maybe the bad side. Not bad, I kind of need to evolve. Yeah. And good side is we will be able to, in terms of the cost efficiency and also the how what's it called, the accurate data.
Accuracy.
Accuracy.
I think you've got to treat AI as like an assistant.
Yes.
Treat it as an assistant. You check what it does, then you help it. Like having an apprentice, back in the day with tradies, have an apprentice or...
Your favourite apprentice,
yeah, exactly. And so, you go, oh, okay, you've done that right, you need to improve here, done. And it's continual learning. So that's what you need to treat. You can't say, there it is and do it. Like, if you did that to electrician or a plumber or something, they could get killed. So you wouldn't do that to an apprentice. So don't do it to AI. AI needs to give it continuous feedback.
Yeah.
And if you treat it that way, and it can make mistakes.
Oh, absolutely.
You can come up with stuff.
Yeah.
And see, it's like, I feel like that's what people don't know much about, is that like everyone knows AI makes mistakes. However, it's always, we have to give it the information for it to learn from us. So if it makes a mistake, it's something that we haven't done on our end for it to process that entire information. That's what a lot of people don't know. So my last question is that from where you started to where you are now, are you proud of how far you've come?
Yes, definitely. Because like what Rodney earlier said about me being in the business, it's just recently I started to involve in the businesses, like myself running the companies is just like 2 years ago, and it's really proud because like creating the job opportunities or opportunities for people like in Indonesia to bring able to work with global industries.
Yeah.
So that is something like I would like to kind of show the world that Indonesian is also good talent that compete with other Southeast Asia country or something that we will be able to compete with the global industries. So that's
You might
what
be able
I'm
to do
proud
another
of.
podcast. I went back to the university 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
So I got right back to a university,
Yeah.
spoke for 2.5 hours in front of 200 graduates,
Yeah.
because they're about AI, logistics.
Yeah.
They're moving more away from software to like MBA qualifications.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of smart Indonesians, and Elsya spoke English and spoken in Bahasa Indonesian, and,
Yes.
and they got it.
Yeah.
Asked a lot of questions. So it's very, So 2.5 hours Elsya was up there. She signed an MOA with the university to do interns. So maybe we could do another podcast. That was really...
Yeah, because like that was
That was a proud moment for you, wasn't it?
very proud because I was
You
very
graduated
nerdy kind of student. So I'm not really like out there when I was studying back in the uni. Like
that was 16 years ago you graduated.
Yeah, so it's something that now I'm kind of standing in front of the students to share this history that like my journey career from working in a corporate now running the business, and it's something like kind of my proudest.
Yeah, nice. No, awesome.
How about you?
Yeah, proud of the journey we're going through together.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I feel like there's always that moment where it's like you've come so far, but you still have so long
This
to
is
go.
just
It's
the
always,
beginning.
it's always that like it's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. It's like you're still continuously going. You don't know where the finish line is.
Yes, correct.
You're like, fuck it, I'm still gonna run anyway. I even don't know where the finish line is because you might not even reach it, right? And then it's like eventually, it's like you get to a point where it's like you still have to keep going because you'll reach a milestone, and you're like, yeah, it's a cool milestone compared to where you were 6 years ago. Another 6 years, like that 12-year gap, it would be exponential.
Yeah, definitely.
We feel like the journey's come a long way, but we've only gone 10%.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just still got 9%. It's just but get that 9% is just seems to be faster and faster and faster.
100%. Yeah. Well, because you start off like so slow to begin with because you have no idea what you're doing, and then like over time, obviously, you gain experience from exposure, and then basically what you struggled with for the first like 2 or 3 years to where you began, you can do that in like 2 months, like after like many years of experience.
That's
And it's good about being in CUB
amazing.
too. So CUB, you exposed a lot of very smart people. That very friendly. Like it's one of the best groups I've ever belonged to. I've belonged to tech over years and several groups. At first I was very shy at first, but now that it's actually a very good community. So it's got a great culture about it. So that's why I got Elsya involved. Okay, Elsya, you need to come to this.
Yeah.
And she came to a couple of times. The gas just fell because I do all the driving.
Yeah.
Feels like driving.
I just joined last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, good on you. Yeah, wow. That's incredible. Well, that's the end of it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Oh, well, thank you for agreeing to it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yes, thank you, mate.